Hey guys, welcome back to another sports stuff video. Today it's just me trying to get any kind of video out right now. We're still battling some issues off camera, but we're trying to we don't get it worked out so we can start recording more often. But yeah, if you guys do enjoy this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, notified when I post next. When we post next, Aaron and I. Today, I thought I would hop on and do a NFL quarterback ranking post the 2022 the 2023 season. It's been a week since the Super Bowl. It's been exactly a week since the Super Bowl. So I think we can finally get a clear picture of guys that I would rank and where I would rank them. So starting off, we have Aaron Rodgers. Now, if Aaron Rodgers does come back, I think he's easily in that 5 to 10 range. I'm gonna try and rank them inside the thing as close as I can. If I think they're number 5, so this should be 6 to 10. 6 to 10. So if I think he's number 6, he'll be the first guy in the list of 5 guys. But yeah, I think Aaron Rodgers, he's still in that range. I think he's probably 8 or 9, but I still think he's a top 10 talent. I think give him Devontae Adams again. I think they easily make the playoffs again. The fact that they were 1 quarter away from making the playoffs, it shows how good Aaron Rodgers still is. Their defense is not that good this year with all the injuries that piled up. I think Aaron Rodgers, if he comes back another year, goes to another team, does have a chance of making a Super Bowl run. Next up is Baker Mayfield. I think Baker is and should go to the XFL or the USFL, become the head of that league, and come back to the NFL and be a stopgap starter. I don't believe in Baker. Sure, he could be a backup clipboard holder. So let me go over the actual things. Got top 5, 6 to 10 starters, stopgap starters, so backups I think could definitely be 25 to 32 if they started. Clipboard holder is the backup quarterbacks, and XFL, USFL is guys I don't think should be in the league. I think Baker could be a backup, but if I was him, I would go to the XFL, USFL, become the number 1 quarterback there, and come back to the NFL after you get your confidence back. I'll say clipboard holder would be nice. I wouldn't want him starting for my team, to be honest with you. But next is Lamar Jackson. Ooh, easy. I think Lamar Jackson's easily a top 5 quarterback. Now, is he at 5? Yes, but it's still a top 5 quarterback. I think he is the 5th best quarterback in the league. You're going to see who I have above him. But Lamar Jackson, when he's on the field and healthy, man, there's no other quarterback that I feel is as dominant as he is, besides Patrick Mahomes. Let's be honest with you. I think the way he can do with his legs is crazy. What he can do with his arm off of the leg play is even better. But I really do think that Lamar Jackson is easily a top 5 quarterback. Carson Wentz. I saw the blue and thought of Matt Ryan. Carson Wentz. I'm going to be nice. I think Carson Wentz could be a stopgap starter. Now, that means he's 25 to 32. I think he's a guy that could definitely start on a team that's trying to tank. So, yes, I think he's more of a backup, but I think I think he could definitely be a guy who comes in, starts 4 to 5 games, keep your team above 5, go 2-3, 3-2 in that stretch for your main guy to come back and help you out. Moving on, we got Trevor Lawrence. I actually have Trevor Lawrence as probably the 6th or 7th best quarterback in the league. Now, I would like to see another year of what he had this year with Doug Peterson, but I think that's exactly what we're going to see for the next 5 to 10 years with Trevor Lawrence. I think easily Trevor Lawrence and Doug Peterson are going to be paired together for the next 5 to 10 years. They probably make at least one conference championship run, maybe make it to a Super Bowl, maybe. I mean, obviously that's the hope, but I think they definitely got their franchise guy, a top 10 quarterback. I would put him at 6 or 7. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think 6 or 7 is where he would be at. So right now, I have Aaron Rodgers 9 or 10. And I have Trevor Lawrence 6 or 7. Moving on, Patrick Mahomes number 1. Don't even need to talk about it. Dak Prescott is an interesting discussion topic. I'm gonna put him as a starter. I don't think he's top 10. The last 2 playoff games have really lowered his stock in my opinion. But I'm gonna have Dak Prescott as a starter. I think easily have him as a starter. He's definitely probably in that top 15 range or top 16 range. He's definitely one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but I don't think he's a top 10 quarterback. Maybe at like 11 or 12. Daniel Jones. I think Daniel Jones is also a pretty good starter. I don't think he's in the range where you want to have him benched or have him come in and play 5 games like Carson Wentz does. Like Carson Wentz is a backup quarterback, or he's a quarterback on a tanking team. If the Panthers don't get a rookie quarterback, Carson Wentz would be a good idea. because he can play good enough to keep you competitive, but bad enough to not get you out of the top 10 draft pick. But yeah, I think easily Daniel Jones is definitely a starter. Him and Brian Daboll are going to be together for a while. I think that's a really good pairing. If they do keep Daniel Jones. Now, if he goes somewhere else, this could change. But I'm planning him staying with the New York Giants. That's what I'm betting on, is him staying with the Giants and developing with Brian Daboll. Davis Mills, that long neck. I think he'd be a gap starter. I'm gonna put him below Carson Wentz, but I like Davis Mills. I really like Davis Mills. I think he's a competent quarterback. I think he's better than a Gardner Minshew type of backup quarterback, to where you don't really want Gardner starting, but if he does, you're okay with it. I think Davis Mills deserves a starting quarterback position next year. If Marcus Mariota can start this year, I think Davis Mills can start next year for another team, because they're definitely taking a quarterback at number 2. But I like Davis Mills. I think he deserves way more respect than he's not given. So I'm gonna go Davis Mills as a stopgap starter. But I could easily see him being a starting quarterback. Have him be that low end starter for a team who's just trying to get their team built around a quarterback. Kind of like I'm trying to think of a good comparison. Like Jimmy Garoppolo with the San Francisco 49ers. Davis Mills and Jimmy G are on the exact same level. Good enough to where I think if he's in the right scheme, can get you to the Super Bowl. But I wouldn't put money on it. You know what I mean? Derek Carr, definitely a starter. I think he's better than these two guys. Come on. I think Derek Carr is definitely in that top 15 quarterback range with Dak. I think he's a little bit better than Dak, though. I do like Derek Carr. I hope that he can go to a team this offseason like the Jets or the Saints. I think those are the 2 best landing spots for him. I really do think that if he can go to one of those positions, he'll be really good. Drew Lock. I'm going to have him as XFL, USFL. Drew Lock, I could have him as a clipboard holder, but I think Baker's definitely better than him. And I think that if they're going up against each other to be the very last backup in the league, I'm picking Baker Mayfield. Drew Lock, definitely USFL, XFL. He could definitely be like kind of like Baker. He's got the attitude and the charisma to be the head of one of those franchises in those leagues. Make a bunch of money off endorsements and just relax and play against really low level guys. If he wants to go and become a backup, he can. But if I'm him, I'm thinking about the XFL, USFL. I'm being serious. If you're not going to be a starter in the NFL, yes, backup quarterback is the best job in the world, but eventually they're going to draft a guy in Seattle. And is there going to be this landing spot for Drew Lock somewhere? I don't know. Jameis Winston, same thing. I'm going to have him way below these guys, but I think Jameis, I got to give him credit for that 2021 beginning of the season. Yes, it's been a year, and this year he wasn't as good, but he also had Dennis Allen, who's not as good as a quarterback whisperer as Sean Payton. Underrated move this offseason, guys. Jameis Winston to the Denver Broncos. Underrated move that I don't think anyone is talking about. Jameis Winston, I truly believe, will sign with the Denver Broncos. Be the backup behind Russell Wilson. If Russ sucks or if Russ gets hurt, Jameis Winston, go play with Sean Payton again. They were making magic before he tore his ACL. They probably would have made the playoffs and done something that season if he didn't tear his ACL. I do like Jameis Winston as a stopgap starter, thinking that if he goes to the Denver Broncos with Sean Payton, that'd be the perfect landing spot where he could be a stopgap starter. Anywhere else, though, I think he's a clipboard holder, but I'm going to have him as a stopgap starter. Jared Goff, firm starter. Firm, not as good as Dak or Derek Carr, but he's better than Daniel Jones. Firm starter. That Detroit Lions team, man, I'm excited for their future. I think Jared Goff, in this starter range right here, he's definitely probably 14 to 18, one of those 4 quarterbacks in that range. Is he a top 16 quarterback? Probably. But I would probably put more money, he's more towards that 17, 18 area. Next, we got Jimmy Garoppolo. Man. I want to say starter, but I'm going to say stopgap starter. I think he's the best stopgap starter. I think he's going to be a backup next year. And the minute that if that quarterback gets hurt, or he could be a trade piece. So let's just say he goes to the New York Jets, but the Jets start winning games. Jimmy G gets hurt. Zach Wilson comes in. They win even more games. He's on a trade piece to go to another team. I'm going to say stopgap starter, but I think he'd easily be a starter. He'd definitely be in the lower range of starter, but I think he's the best stopgap starter that I would trust. He's definitely better than all these guys. So I'm going to put Jimmy G at the top of stopgap starter right now. Justin Fields. I'm going to say starter. Do I really want to put him above Daniel Jones? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put Justin Fields above Daniel Jones. I think they're both definitely worthy of starting his jobs next season. Justin Fields, give him more talent and see him shine, in my opinion. Who is this? Who is this? Search images with Google. Who is this? I don't know who that is. Okay, that definitely did not help me. That definitely did not help me. I'm trying to figure out who this guy is. Do they like... I'm gonna try to do this. Hold up. Let me try this. Copy? How do you copy? I'm trying to like... I don't know who this is. Is it supposed to be Kenny Pickett? This has to be Kenny Pickett, right? Yeah, it's definitely Kenny Pickett. Okay. I just looked through all the other heads. That's definitely Kenny Pickett. I'm gonna say really low end starter. If that is, I'm pretty sure it's Kenny Pickett. I'm gonna say very, very bottom of starter. I think he definitely showed enough to where I think you could like talk about him being their starter next year. But if let's just say in a magical world, right? For some reason, any other quarterback above him was on the free agency markets, the Steelers need to pursue them. Maybe not Daniel Jones, but I think Daniel Jones is better than Kenny Pickett. But I'm pretty sure it's Kenny Pickett. I mean, none of these other guys look like Kenny Pickett, so I think it's Kenny Pickett. Yeah, he's definitely at the very low end of starter. Jalen Hurts, top 5 quarterback. He's a top 5 quarterback. Now, I'm gonna put him at 3. I'm putting Jalen Hurts at 3. All right, I'll make sure it's known. Jalen Hurts is coming in at 3. I'm gonna move Josh Allen down. I'll put him as the last guy. I don't want all top 5 quarterbacks going in a row. Jalen Hurts, I'm putting him at 3. I think with this season, his rushing ability, his arm ability, I think he has one of the best arms in the league on top of his rushing ability. Like Lamar, but I think he has a better arm than Lamar. And I think his running ability, he uses it wiser than Lamar, hence why he doesn't get hurt. But I still love Lamar Jackson. But Jalen Hurts, I've loved him since his freaking Oklahoma days. I didn't really like him at Alabama. I like him more as an Oklahoma guy, but yeah. Joe Burrow, obviously, is number 2. I think 1, 2, 3 right here. These are the top 3 quarterbacks in the league. If I was going to put my money, I'd say one of these 3 guys is winning MVP next year because they're the top 3 quarterbacks. Easily. By far, the top 3 quarterbacks. 4 and 5, there's a little bit of a drop-off from these top... So it goes like, number 1, drop-off to number 2, drop-off to number 3, drop-off to 4 and 5. That's my opinion. But, yeah, I love Joe Burrow. Joe Shiesty. Whenever if the Browns aren't in the playoffs, I'm rooting for the Cincinnati Bengals because I think it's really cool that the Bengals are getting good. I'm really happy for them. I hope they can win a Super Bowl soon. I don't know. I don't understand when people get mad at Browns fans saying that. Guys, I like Joe Burrow. I like T. Higgins. I like pieces on their team. I like Dax Hill. I like Chidobe Awuzie. Like, why? I don't see the problem with liking guys on a team. So when your team's not in the playoffs, I root for those guys more than I don't like Patrick Mahomes. Why would I like Patrick Mahomes? I gotta root against him when he's playing the Bengals. You know what I mean? It's just a little weird. But Kirk Cousins, same thing. He's gonna be a starter. I'm gonna put him right there. I think he's better than Justin Fields. He's better than Daniel Jones. Better than Kenny Pickett, but not as good as Jared Goff, Dak Prescott, or Derek Carr. He's probably 16. I think Kirk Cousins is the line for if you're above average or below average. I think he is the average quarterback. He's still good though. I like Kirk Cousins. He's pretty decent. Kyler Murray. I think when he's healthy, he's a top 10 quarterback. I think when healthy, he's a top 10 quarterback. I'm not gonna feel bad about that opinion. I'm making sure that I am being 3, 1. Yep. Okay. Yep. I want to make sure my list is gonna be 10 guys in the top 2. Yep. Yeah. I like Kyler Murray. I think he is 10. I think he's the 10th best quarterback in the league. I think he's absolutely the line at top 10. And I think number 11, if you want to swap 10 and 11, you can. But I think he's absolutely the 10th best quarterback in the league when he's healthy. Now, he's not going to be healthy for majority of next season either. So, obviously, if you want to bump him down, put the guy at 11, who I'm going to put at 11, at 10, I'm all for it. Mac Jones, same thing, starter. I think he's just below Kirk Cousins. I do think he's below average. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. Remember, Jimmy Garoppolo went to a Super Bowl. Carson Wentz had almost an MVP season. Jameis Winston had a really good start to his season. Baker Mayfield, with good coaching, went to the playoffs. Like, Mac Jones could still go to the playoffs again and maybe even win a Super Bowl as a below average quarterback. There's nothing wrong with being a below average NFL quarterback. You're still one of the best quarterbacks in the league. So, Deshaun Watson, I have him at 8. I think Deshaun Watson is the 8th best quarterback. I think he's better than Aaron Rodgers. I think he's better than Kyler Murray. You know what? I'm going to swap that. Never mind. I'm going to swap that. Deshaun Watson's at 9. I'm going to put him at 9. I think Aaron Rodgers is 8 if he comes back next season. Again, this is if he comes back. It's like a Tom Brady. I'm not going to put Tom Brady anywhere. He retired. But if Aaron Rodgers comes back next season, he's the 8th best quarterback. I then have Deshaun Watson and then Kyler Murray. I think he's number 9. He's number 9, Deshaun Watson. If he can come back to form next season, he's a top 5 quarterback. But I think with my expectations, he can be a top 10 quarterback next year. Marcus Mariota, same thing. I'm going to put him as a stopgap starter. Let's put him... Ooh, with Mariota, man. I'm going to put him below Davis Mills, but above Jameis Winston. I think he's right there. That's what? 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. He's in the 20s. Yeah, Marcus Mariota is definitely in the 20s, so I'm comfortable with that. Matt Ryan... He's at to be the clipboard holder. I think he should be a backup next year. If he does come back, I think his mind is better than his arm right now. I'm gonna have him as a backup. He had stretches this season where he was somewhat decent, but nah, I think he's a backup. Justin Herbert. To round out my top 5, I have Justin Herbert at number 4. Yep. Let me hear it. So obviously you guys know Josh Allen is still there. Where's Josh Allen? I have Josh Allen at 7. I think these are my top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL. Talk to a brick wall. All right, Tua. Don't think he's a top 10 yet. He's too injury prone. I'm seeing anyone else who can discussion. Dak. He's probably 12. I think Derek Carr is a little bit better than him, but I think he's still in that discussion of top 10. Matt Stafford, when he's healthy, can be a discussion for a top 10 quarterback. But in my opinion, Josh Allen is the 7th best quarterback in the league right now. I can't do these red zone interceptions. I can't do these turnovers. I can't do these causing fights on the field and then running away after you cause a fight. I can't do it. I can't do this constantly losing in the playoffs. Constantly not making the big game, the big play. I'm sorry. He's not top 5. And I have Trevor Lawrence above him because guess who had a better playoff performance this season? In his first playoffs, who had a better performance? Trevor Lawrence had a better performance in his sophomore season, very first playoffs, after almost getting ruined by Urban Meyer. Trevor Lawrence is absolutely better than Josh Allen right now. Now again, can Josh Allen prove me wrong and become a top 5 quarterback again next year? Yes. If you want to have a discussion that Justin Herbert should be 6 or 7 and Josh Allen goes to number 5, fine, have that discussion. I'm okay with that. But I think no matter what, these are the top 10 quarterbacks in the league, whatever order you want to put them in. A lot of guys aren't going to put Kyler Murray there, but Kyler Murray is absolutely a top 10 quarterback. He is the 10th best quarterback in the league. Talk to a brick wall. And as I just said, Matt Stafford is number 11 a quarterback. I think Matt Stafford is easily if you want to take Kyler Murray out, you put Matt Stafford in. I think he's the 11th best quarterback in the league when healthy. We saw that when he won the Super Bowl. Yes, he had a lot of turnovers, but he had a lot of touchdowns and yards too. Mitch Trubisky. I think he's a backup. I think he's the best backup in the league. Obviously, these guys are also backups, but I think if they were starting, you'd feel comfortable. I don't think I'd feel comfortable with Mitch Trubisky starting. I think if he did start, it wouldn't be terrible. But like these 5 guys, I would be like, okay, our quarterback's out for 4 weeks, right? Do we feel comfortable with these guys going 2-2, 3-1? Mitch, I don't know if I'd say that. Jameis, depending on the situation, I'd say yes. No, I'm gonna take Mariota. I'm putting Mariota down here. That's in my mind. I'm putting Mariota down here. Matt Ryan gonna go down here. I'm putting Mariota down. I might even put Jameis Winston down as well. Yeah, I'm putting Jameis Winston down. I'm changing it. This is definitely backups. Guys that you don't want starting any games for you in a season, but you don't want they are literally the very last option. I hope these guys don't start. You know what I mean? Like they're not bad enough to be in the USFL, XFL, but they definitely are backups. Russ. I'm gonna put Russ right. Man, Justin Fields. I'm putting him above Justin Fields. I think Russell's right there. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Right now I have him as the 17th best quarterback in the league. That's gonna change. Obviously, there's still some guys who are starters I'm gonna put above him, but at this current moment, he's ranked 17 out of probably 28, 29 quarterbacks on there right now. I don't think this is crazy. I don't think this is crazy. Russ, we've seen what he can be in the past. I think get him Sean Payton, get him an offense built around him. I believe in him. Ryan Tannehill. I'm putting Ryan Tannehill below Daniel Jones. Yeah, I know. Finally, someone going below Daniel Jones. I don't think he's good. Honestly, I might put Kenny. No, I'm gonna put him above Kenny Pickett. Ryan Tannehill had a bad season. He hasn't really had a great season since his first season where they went on that deep playoff run. He's been below average since then. And obviously, he's at rank 20 right now, rank 20, 21 at quarterback. I think that's pretty fair for Ryan Tannehill. Really carried by Derrick Henry in that defense. Sam Darnold. I'm going to put him on the brink of XFL, USFL, and clipboard holder. He's the line. He's the line, in my opinion. I don't think he should be a starter, a stopgap starter. I don't think he should be a starter. He's one of those, he's a young option, right? He's a young option. It's been 5 years. We're done. You know what I mean? Baker, at least last year, showed some promise on the Rams. Sam Darnold has shown nothing. Sam Darnold has shown nothing. I have no interest in Sam Darnold starting anywhere next year or even being a backup. I think XFL, USFL is going to be his future. Trey Lance, I'll put him below Kenny Pickett. I think he'll start over these guys, but he's one of the worst starters right now because we don't know what he is. You know what I mean? Move Tom Brady at the very end. He's not playing. Yeah, I think put him at a very low-end starter. Tua. I think Tua is absolutely right behind Jared Goff. I think he's 15. See? Kirk Cousins, number 16, and none of these guys, in my opinion, are going above that. I think Kirk Cousins is the law. Excuse me. I think Kirk Cousins is the line for top 16 quarterback. And I think that Trey Lance, it's just he needs to get better. Not Trey Lance. Tua just needs to stay healthy. And if he can get rid of these concussion problems, he can easily climb this up and maybe even take Kyler Murray as a top 10 quarterback. Zach Wilson, I would personally give up on him already. But I'm going to say as a clip... I'm going to put him as a stopgap starter. I think he's going to start games next year. I would personally not have him on my team. If I was the Jets, I would not be happy he's on my team. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like him. I never did like him. I thought the hype was really weird. I don't like it. So I'll put him as a stopgap starter. I don't think he should start next year, but I think he will. Desmond Ridder, though. Desmond Ridder is a starter next year, guys. I think Atlanta, they liked him enough last year to get him, and there's a reason that they're not going to draft a quarterback this year. They're going to stick with Desmond Ridder and play out at least the next season with him. We're going to see what happens, but I think he's probably the number 32 starter in the league. Is this Taylor Heineke? Stopgap starter. I think he's not. He shouldn't be a starter. But if he played games for you in the regular season, you'd feel comfortable winning 3-2, 4-1, 4-1, 5-2, whatever. Andy Dalton, same thing. Stopgap starter. I'm putting him below Davis Mills though. He had a pretty decent season actually. Let's look up his stats. I'm gonna look up his stats. And if Andy Dalton, what were his stats this past year? He had a pretty decent season. 18 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 2,800 yards, 66.7% completion percentage. Not the worst. Not the worst. You know what I mean? He's a pretty competent stopgap starter. Him as your backup quarterback, if someone gets hurt to come in, I would feel comfortable going undefeated with him. Geno Smith. I'm going to put Geno as the new Kirk Cousins. I think he's now the top 16 quarterback. I change my mind as I talk about the tier list. I always knew this is how it would end up. On my other screen, I had this exact same layout of quarterbacks because I wanted to do this. I did it ahead of time to make sure I didn't mess anything up. Geno Smith is absolutely the most average quarterback in the NFL. Is he better than Tua? No. Is he better than Jared Goff? No. Is he better than Dak Prescott? No. But is he better than Kirk Cousins? Yes. Is he better than Mac Jones? Yes. Is he better than Russ? We saw yes this season. Is he better than Justin Fields? Yes. Is he as good as Derek Carr and Matt Stafford? No. Is he as bad as Ryan Tannehill? No. You see what I mean? He is the most average quarterback in the league. Now, it's not a bad thing. He is the bar for, are you top 16? Are you bottom 16? He is the bar. So out of the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, around 40 quarterbacks. Of the around 40 quarterbacks that are on this list, this is my quarterback ranking. If you guys agree with any of this, disagree with any of this, let me know. This is actually in order as well. This is in order of top 5 all the way to I don't think you should be in the league. If you guys do enjoy this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified when I post next. Go in the comments, let me know what you think. I'll see you guys later. Peace and bye.